And welcome to the last part of section 6.1. We just graphed a few parabolas, and so now let's look at a few applications of getting some information and trying to come up with the equation for a parabola. This one says, write an equation for a parabola whose vertex is located at the origin and that has a directrix of x equals negative 1/12. So that's not a lot of information, but we'll actually be able to come up with the equation for the parabola just with this. As usual, I recommend you draw a picture so you can get a sense of what's happening. So let's draw our axis. We have our vertex at the origin, which is helpful. And our directrix is the line x equals negative 1/12. So here's 1. Our directrix is going to be really close to the vertex. Also, it's vertical because it's x equals and it's negative. So that's all the information they give us. So let's think about how to do this. I notice just from this that we know which way the parabola is going to open. Is it going to open up or down, left or right, do you think? Remember, if the directrix is here at negative 1/12, the focus is on the opposite side, over here at 1/12 on the positive side. And the parabola opens around the focus. Okay, so that means it's opening to the right. And you should remember which form of the equation is opening to the right. This is not a function, and so the y is being squared. So here's our starting point. Y minus k squared equals 4p times x minus h. It's all positive because we're opening to the positive right. And the y is being squared because when it's opening left or right, the y is squared and the x is not squared. Okie dokie, so now we know that the vertex is the origin, so we know that both k and h are going to be 0, so that's helpful. Okay, and so we know that this is going to be 4px right here, so y squared equals 4px, and we know what p is equal to. Remember, p is the distance between the focus to the vertex or the vertex to the directrix, and that value is always positive. So in this case, p equals 1/12. Okay? And so knowing that, we can just do 4 times 1/12. So it's going to be y squared equals 4 times 1/12 x. Alrighty, so 4 and 12 cancel. So you get y squared is equal to 1/3 x is the equation of that parabola. And that's pretty much all there is to this one. The only way to make this harder is to make it have a k and an h if the vertex is somewhere else, but that's not that much harder. And so let's try the next one. The next problem says, switch my papers. All right, next problem says, write an equation for a parabola that goes through the vertex and has a directrix of y equals negative 1/36. Once again, let's draw a picture. There's our picture right there. We're going through the vertex, excuse me, and this time our directrix is a horizontal line. It's y equals negative 1/36. So that's a line that's really close to the y-axis, just 1/36 down. Can you tell which way the parabola is going to open? Is it going to open up, down, left, or right, do you think, based on where the vertex is to the directrix? Hopefully you said it opens up, because the focus would be right here. So up 1/36, there it is roughly. I mean, that's just a sketch, but that's kind of what our parabola is going to look like. So what is the form of the equation when the parabola is opening up? The form is x minus h being squared, because it's like x squared like we're used to, equals 4p y minus k. So do you see how I'm able to do that from memory? You need to memorize those two equations as well, or write them on your note card for your test. Okay, once again, our vertex is at the origin, so h and k are both 0. So we get x squared is equal to 4 times p times y. And the p distance is 1/36. That's the distance between this distance right here between the focus and the vertex, or the vertex and the directrix, is 1 over 36. So all we need to do is put that value in. And that's it. So this is going to simplify to x squared equals y 1 over 9 times y, essentially. So there you go. That's the equation right there. Let's do the next one. Write the equation for a parabola with vertex 2, -2, and focus 2, 5. So this time they didn't tell us the directrix, they told us the focus. So here's our vertex at 2, -2, right there. That's our vertex. And the focus is at 2, 5. So there's the focus. So looking at that, what way, if this is the vertex and this is the focus, what way do you think the parabola is going to open? Once again, remember that the parabola opens around the focus, like that. So it's opening up, so our equation is just like the previous one. X minus h squared equals 4p y minus k. All right, so this time we actually have values for h and k. H, we see that the vertex is at 2, -2. So this is going to be x minus 2 squared equals 4p times y. Now it's -2, so it's minus -2, which is plus 2. So you flip the signs to go back to the equation. What's our p distance? It looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our p distance equals 7. So we just plug that in. X minus 2 quantity squared equals 4 times 7, y plus 2. And there we go. That's the equation right there. Remember, the parabola does not go through the focus. It does go through the vertex, but it does not go through the focus. The focus is just the point that is drawing lines to the parabola that are equal distance from the directrix. Let's do one last one in this video. See if you can do this one on your own. Write the equation for the parabola with vertex 3, 4 and focus 6, 4. Pause the video here and see if you can get it. Okay, hopefully you paused it and got the answer. Let's see if you got it right. As usual, I'm going to draw a little graph to guide me. The vertex is at 3, 4, which is right here. And the focus is at 6, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, which is right there. So here's the focus and here's the vertex. So which way is it going to open up? This time the focus is to the right of the vertex. So the parabola is going to open up kind of to the right. So when it opens up to the right, the y is being squared, and the x is not being squared. So there you go right there. Y minus k squared equals 4p times x minus h. So we know what x and h and k are from the vertex. So this is y minus 4 squared equals 4p times x minus 3. Don't accidentally put your focus points there. That would be a mistake. Now what is the p distance? You can tell from the 2 points that this point is going to be 3 to the right over. So p equals 3. So the answer is y minus 4 squared equals 4 times 3 is 12, x minus 3. So hopefully you're starting to get the hang of how all of this information fits together. By the way, what would the directrix be? The directrix would be 3 to the left, so that would be the line x equals 0. And on this one, it would be down 7 spaces, so it would be y equals -9 would be the directrix on that one. All right, this last problem is a little bit complicated, so let's have its own video just on this one. It's not too bad, but it's a little bit longer than a minute, so we'll do that last one in the next video, and I will see you in part 5.